Alright guys, welcome back. So this is day 3. We actually switched out and went into lentils. We switched out yesterday, day 2. It was kind of an unplanned thing. Some stuff come up, some land dried off, and the lentils, we decided to put lentils into the ground. So why am I here? Why am I talking to you right now? Well, let me show you. So, lentils can damage easily. See those cracked? Blue is what you want to see. That's good. That's not good. That won't grow. That won't grow. That won't grow. That won't grow. They're split. Some maybe. But if they're split in half, chances are no. What you see, this big stuff, that is fertilizer. This gray stuff in here is fertilizer, and somewhere in here also is inoculant, which you have to put down. It's a bacteria. You want to put it down because pulses produce their own nitrogen, but they have to nodulate to do that, and this bacteria that we put down helps them to nodulate. That's all it is. And the fertilizer is just a little bit of phosphate. Easy peasy, right? So anyway, lentils can crack easily. Borgos aren't known to be the most gentle on your crop. Sometimes they get the nickname the meat grinder. But anyway, that being said, we still like the Borgos. Why? Because you can't break these things. The amount of steel that they put into these puppies is unbelievable. Of course, they pull like a brick, but by golly George, they're awesome. And you can get the biggest cart for them. So, anyway, we're not going to go into the Borgo. I'm going to tell you why I'm stopped. So, in case you don't know, for those of you who don't know, an air drill means that there's wind. There's wind coming out of here. You see this? See that opening? You can't see it. Hold on. That opening, there's wind. So it literally, air blows all this stuff through, okay? I'm going to take you back here for a second. Most of you guys are knowing, like, yeah, Mike, we get it. But for those of you who don't know, I just want to point this out. You got two really big fans. You got a high capacity and a high capacity. Some come standard on a high speed and a high capacity. So these are the biggest fans you can put on. Okay? So you got two fans, one for your mid-row banders, one for your seed. Those fans are run by hydraulics and require a lot of oil. I think they require something like 27 or 30 gallons each of flow per minute. So, all your openers also require a lot of oil. They're all hydraulic. Unless you have a twin pumped tractor pumping out around that, I don't know, 110, 120 gallons, you're not going to run one of these outfits. Now, your sectional control, also hydraulically controlled. Moving on. You got meters in here. I'm just going to quickly point this out before I get distracted. You got meters with augers in here. I showed you those on the last video. You got all different types of augers. You can have high output or really low output. All it is just the aggressiveness of the flighting, and that's pretty much it. I hear a whistling somewhere. No, it's right here. It's a lot of pressure here. Okay? So anyway, your metering augers, also controlled hydraulically. So it just meters out, drops it down into this tube where the fans blow out into, from the big tubes, it comes doinky, 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 doinky down into here, gets spread around and out down these tubes. Yeah, okay, you get it. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Anyway, if you're worried about cracking, you want to lower your fan speed. I lowered my fan speed a little too much, and I plugged my whole drill. Sucky situation. But I got it unplugged. But we got to check all the lines. So I've already checked all these, because sometimes these really long lines, see how long that is? Comes from there all the way down to there. Sometimes there can be some seeds stuck in there. You got to give them a shake. You got to shake them around and get them bouncing around, and the air can take them out, okay? Yes, I got my fan as high as it'll go right now because we're in cleanout mode. Got to jump up on this drill. Woo! Then you got to go to these towers, give these hoses a shake. You can tell if there's anything in them. Don't miss one. I probably missed one. Then you move on. You don't want to fall. Safety first. If you fall, just try not to smash your face in. It's been done. These here is a sensor. I got one per tower, okay? If that plugs, that means either this run plugged or I plugged my whole tower. You can put a sensor on every line if you want to. That costs a lot of more money. Okay. Check them out, shake them out. They're good. I've already checked all the big lines. You gotta do the same with all the big lines. Oh, this one's got seed in it. So there's the boot down there. You can hear it. If you can't shake it out, then you gotta pop it off. But I'm confident we can shake it out. See it coming out? See it coming out? There it comes. There, it's empty. Oh, this bad one's plugged too. Okay, this one's plugged too. I see. See? You can see it come out. See? Come on. Okay, you guys get the idea. Alright, now that we just Taylor Swift our way through this drill, and I was just inspecting some hoses and I noticed that we have a couple holes here. This is not what you want to see on day 3. This is something you should see on day 23. So, I got some good old Gorilla Tape here. We're going to just tape this up just like that and we're going to be off to the races. And then next morning I'm going to just change this short chunk of hose. No big deal. If you're wondering why it's got holes in it, it's because fertilizer and grain at high speeds of RPM is super abrasive to your hoses. Gosh, Mike, speak English. You ever put your hand in front of a sandblaster? Yeah, I didn't think so. If you did, you wouldn't do it again. That's exactly what it's like to these hoses. That's what they thought too. But typically we gotta change these things like once a year. Sometimes you can get away to 2 years depending on how much fertilizer you're putting down. Depends on the ratio. Maybe you got one drill seeding just pulses. It could probably go 2 years. You got drills just seeding wheat and durum where you're pumping a lot of fert. They're typically got to change them once a year. So we're gonna move on. We're out of here. We're going seeding. Gosh, after I tape this. Gosh, Mike. Okay, we're done. It's taped up. Now we can go. All right. So what we're doing is we're turning around here and we're gonna drive all the way back down there and we're gonna reseed that pass. Why are we gonna reseed it? Because we had some blocked heads and maybe we plugged here, maybe it plugged there, maybe it plugged there. But we're gonna go far enough down and reseed it just to make sure that we got it all. We do not want to come back during harvest and be like, man, what happened here? Oh yeah, I plugged all these lines and didn't bother going back to reseed. Good job, Mike, good job, you're fired. We're back. We are now reseeding. Not until we turn off our section control, we're not. Gosh. There we go. Okay. Well. So anyways, we are seeding red lentils, and when I fill that cart up back there, I can do around 800 acres, so that's not too bad. Pretty easy pull right now. Pretty easy pull. Alrighty. We are going around a little bit of mud. There's lots of mud where this mud come from. See that brown looking, gray looking stubble? Yeah, you want to stay away from that. See, when you're seeding out here, you're basically just judging the color of the stubble because you can't really see the water out there. You can't. Can you see it? No, I didn't think so. You can see it when you look down the rows, see? Then you can see it. It's a good thing I got my mid-row benders up, that's all I have to say, because I would have plugged about 30 of them by now. Just going around this slough from that point to that point. Look at that big giant turd, that big turd there. I don't know why the birds, they hunt me. They literally hunt me. Some sprayer ruts. Oh shoot, this actually looks... Oh shoot. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Come on. Come on. Come on. That was close. Yes. Yes. Okay. I better put the camera down. So this field, it's about a 1.5 mile run one way. If you have to go around a slough, well this year we got to go around lots of sloughs, but typically we don't go around a lot of sloughs. And if you notice, there's no trees. Do you see any trees? No. If there's trees down here, they've been planted. It's relatively flat, but we do have some pretty big hills in some areas as well. This particular field size is about... let me think here. It is 480 acres, I do believe. That's a pretty standard field size. Our smallest field is 40 acres, and I think we only have 2 of those. Our biggest field is about 5,000 acres or something like that. Our longest field, I think, is might be 3 miles long. Okay, guys. A few hours later and I did it again. So I pulled this line off. It's trying to drain out. I got my trusty DeWalt. Just speeds the process up here. You got a feel for these lines. This one's full. Just this one. Which one? Of course, it'd be the hardest one to get to. I might just try and shake that thing loose. Shake it off. Okay, never say that again, Mike. Okay, that's, yeah. Haha! Righty, righty, lefty, loosey. All right. See if I can pull this off with one hand. Ouch! It worked. I'm more of a Milwaukee guy, but you know, whatever. Come on. Problem is, it's probably a line back here. Oh, it's clean. All right. All right, I gotta stick this back on, blow this line out, and then, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. All right, I got that hose on. This line is clear. That is not. So, there we go. That's draining out. Let's get this over here properly. Get this thing spun. There we go. Where's my DeWalt? Lefty, lefty, righty, loosey. Ouch. There we go. We're good. We're it out. That's it. I'm running more air. Enough of this crap. I have found my problem. It's starving for air. So it tells me my fan is going fast, the RPMs are going fast, but I just don't have much wind is because it's starved for air because the chaff's stuck to it. No big deal. If I would have known that, I would just kick off my fan every so often while I'm turning the corner and let it all fall down to the ground. Well, at least I know. Alright, let's give this a whirl here. Let's turn this puppy on. Thing off. Oh. Awesome. Oh, I think I hear more wind coming through this thing. Hear that? Oh yeah. I like to hear the rattling. Lines. Check this one over here, and I think we're good. Alright, we're good, guys. At least we found the source of the problem. Alright, guys, as my day has progressed, I had to stop. I need to refill my inoculant. So this here is my camera for my inoculant. You see that? Cam 4. There's just a little bit, probably about a bucket in there. According, and my saddle tank where my inoculant is, it actually has an active scale on that saddle tank. That's that 40 bushel saddle tank that I was talking about earlier. It actually has a scale. The whole cart has a scale, but the saddle tank is completely individual and separate from the whole cart scale. So I put 800 pounds worth of inoculant in there, and I can actually watch it count down. So it says I got about 9 pounds of inoculant in there. So maybe I got 9, maybe I got 29. That's close enough to go throw another bag in. So that's what we're going to do right now, all right? So let's head out. Okay, so the first thing we got to do is we got to shut the fan off. Hope you guys don't mind just touring around with me. If you mind, just let me know. Or just shut the video off. Probably just shut the video off. Okay. The reason why we got to shut the fan off, because the tank is under pressure. If you were to go and open, put my ladder down here. Drop my remote. If you were to go open that lid, it would go kapoofy and open right up. It's under pressure, right? So we just gotta go to fill. By doing that, it shuts the fan off. Then we have to have a separate remote. You can hear that tank decompressing. This one is the little one that I need for my crane. So this is my broom. Okay, let me get situated here. Let's lift this thing up. See if I know what I'm doing here. Now keep in mind, this is only my second bag this year. I'm a little rusty. not a catastrophe. Wow. I got a inoculant down my shirt. I'm gonna grow well. Okay. Now to get it back out here. Whoa. That's how you put an inoculant bag in. Not like that. Get the right button straight. It's my first time. Woo! It's gotta be a record. So the videoing was compliments of my dad. He's awesome. See these lumps? This is why I put the grate back in. Just gotta kind of push them down. Okay, good enough. Get hooked in. Oh, there we go. We're loaded. Okay, turn my fan on. Shut my remote off. We're ready to go seeding. Again, get in there. Oh my goodness. Alright, I gotta put this other one on in. This one goes in there. I think we can make a little bigger spot. Pick up my cap. We're good. I'm gonna put that garbage in Dad's truck because he stopped by. Put up my step. Alright. Alright guys, we just finished our field. That's Brian behind me. We're just gonna wing up and we're gonna go find another field. I think we probably gotta move maybe 6 miles. So not too far. Right now we're basically right at the farm. Because there's the farm. That's a roller tractor out there. I think we put the 720 on an 82-foot right-way roller. The roller outweighs the 720 by at least double. We also put a 516 on a 62-foot right-way roller. Also outweighs the 516 by almost double. And you can't see her, but right there is Ashton. She is incognito. She likes to go as long as she can without turning her lights on. These Borgo tanks all have LED lights inside and out and also on the conveyor. They're pretty wicked. Alright guys, see you on the move. It makes me eerie when there's water on both sides like this. I don't like that. It means those shoulders are really soft. And I'm taking up the whole road. Ouch. That's a sunken culvert there. Alright, we'll continue our move. Crap. So that is a semi. And there's water here, so we're gonna have to wait here at this approach and see what he's gonna do. We might have to turn into the neighbor's field here, unfortunately. Sorry about that, neighbor, but here we are. I gotta go. Alright guys, oh there's a rabbit there. So that went well. I just pulled up on top of that approach, and I waited for him. If he didn't pull in, he wouldn't, in which case then I would, and Brian would as well, but he did, so I flashed my lights at him in appreciation, and we moved on. So basically the rules of the road is, if you're bigger, you have right of way. If you're loaded, you have right of way over smaller. If you're equal size, then you need to, whoever finds the approach first pulls off on the approach or pulls into someone's field, not seated. But if it is seated, you have to do what you have to do. Then normally you would call that neighbor and tell them that you had to pull into their field and it was seated, and just to let them know. Because it's not very neighborly if all of a sudden they're out there like, why is there tracks in my field? But if you call them, everyone down here is pretty understanding. So yeah, so here's my field. I'm gonna pull into here right now, and or I'm gonna try to get into this gate, and that's one of our sprayer operators coming right there, so on and so forth. Okay, and now we unwing.
Yeah, you bet.
And that is Frankel's. He's bringing us some fuel. Oh, I got a phone call. I gotta take this one. So we've made our plan. We're not gonna go. So we've pretty much caught up to the sprayer. So for you guys who maybe aren't super duper familiar, we don't till anything. We don't cultivate this. We don't vertical tillage this. We don't plow this. If you're in Europe, we don't flip it over or anything like that. We would never grow anything again in our entire lives if we did that. So all this is we cut it from last year. All we're going to do to it this spring is we just spray it. We spray all the weeds, any type of weeds that might be coming out here, like kochia weed, stinkweed, Russian thistle, Canada thistle, whatever it is, hawksbeard, we spray it. So we'll come in with some Roundup, or we'll come in with some different chemicals that will aim at different weeds, and we just spray it and we just seed right into it. That's all we do. We're no-till. Okay? So the problem is with that, you got to have sprayers going ahead of the drills. And you only want them about a couple days ahead of the drills because it's really warm out, and since it's so warm, there's new weeds coming every day. There's new weeds coming. So at most, you probably want to be about 2 days ahead of the drills, so that way you don't miss weeds that are coming. You don't want to be a week ahead and then all of a sudden you don't get to it for a week and you have a whole pile of new weeds there that you didn't even spray. But you also don't want to get too far behind, because today we had a really windy day. We couldn't even move a sprayer, in which case you want to have enough that, you know, you want to be probably 2,000 acres ahead, so that way your drills have a little something that they can toy with in case you can't spray. Got it? Good. So this field just got sprayed about probably an hour ago. We could start on it, but it's near 10 now, and it's pretty wet out here, so I think we're just going to fire up in the morning. I think it's going to be a good spray day tomorrow, so the sprayers, we'll get all the sprayers going again, and we'll hopefully get caught up. The case sprayers will be operational tonight. The Amazon sprayer is operational already, and yeah. So thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. This is pretty much a day with Mike. This is day 3 of seeding. Probably another 20-some days left to go. I thought about doing a video every day, but maybe that's a little excessive. I don't want to bore you guys. Maybe I could do one every couple days or something like that. You guys tell me. Also, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Hit the like button if you like it. If you don't like it, don't hit the like button. You don't have to hit the dislike button. I know there's lots of you guys out there that race to try to hit the dislike button. The world wouldn't go around if it wasn't for you guys. So, thanks a lot. Thanks a ton, actually. And to all the new Patreon guys that I've recently got, thank you so much. And if you haven't checked it out on Patreon. I put stuff up there all the time. Otherwise, I will not bore you any longer. Have yourself a great night, and I'll see you in the morning. Maybe not tomorrow morning, but the next morning.